Hello, my name is Amanda Templeton. I will be one of your daughter's lacrosse coaches this season for Wilson 5th and 6th grade girls lacrosse. This presentation is taking the place of the traditional parent meeting that we would have at the beginning of our season. Its purpose is just to highlight some of the important pieces of information that I indicated in our newsletter moving forward. And also, I wanted to put a face to the name that you're going to be seeing in the email communications that you'll receive throughout the season. Just to highlight some of the season goals that we have for the teams. First and foremost, we recognize that we have girls coming into this season at varying levels of experience and also skills. And so we will spend a significant portion of time focusing on skill development, basic skill development for our newer players, and more advanced skill development for some of our veterans who have a little bit more experience playing lacrosse. At the 5th and 6th grade level, we also want to start to focus on tactical team play. So really emphasizing the strategy behind lacrosse, maybe implementing some plays on attack, and just really talking about lacrosse as a team sport and how all 11 players on that field come together to be successful. And then ultimately, we want the girls to have fun. That is the goal of youth sports. And so we want to make sure that the girls leave this season feeling confident and feeling accomplished in everything that they've done throughout the season. Just to reiterate our practice schedule, we are scheduled to practice on Mondays and Wednesdays at Spring Ridge Elementary from 5:15 to 6:30. Please be mindful of the time frame. As coaches, we will also be respectful of your time. We will never go past 6:30. And just keeping in mind that this week, because we don't have daylight savings, it will be pretty dark by the time we hit 6:30, but we will honor that time frame. So if you could be mindful of not dropping your daughter off prior to 5:10 and also being available at 6:30 to take your daughter from practice, that would be appreciated. Each player will also need to be prepared with a completed COVID screening form for every practice. I will have extra COVID screening forms if you forget. I know I've been in that situation many, many times. However, I found that if I print them out and I put them in my car, I always seem to have them ready. Also, we are asking that the girls bring a reversible penny to practice. If they don't have a reversible penny, if they could pack a light and a dark colored shirt in their bags so that they have those at the ready, that would be wonderful. We are not going to have team pennies this year, just out of an abundance of caution for COVID safety protocol. And so again, if you could have your daughter pack a reversible penny or light and dark shirts in their bags, we would really appreciate it. This year, we have a very healthy number of athletes who are playing lacrosse at the 5th and 6th grade level. We have the numbers to field 2 teams. Our goal is to make sure that those teams are evenly split in terms of experience as well as skill level. The teams will be identified as white and red. So in a few days when I receive the game schedule, your daughter will be informed of what team she will be placed upon, and then you will know which schedule to follow. We practice together. So every Wednesday, every Monday, we will be practicing together. The only difference is the game schedules for each team. And the biggest difference is typically about an hour or two between the games being scheduled. We will be at the same location on the same days. It's just the times that those games are scheduled that will vary throughout the season. And again, once I receive that game schedule, I will be certain to share it with all of you. Finally, I just wanted to highlight some of the biggest changes between the 3-4 level of lacrosse and then the 5-6 level of lacrosse. So if you remember, or if your daughter has never played lacrosse before, at the 3-4 level, the girls play cross field. So they play a short field and they play with a reduced number of players on the field. At the 5-6 level, the girls play on a full field with a full complement of players. So they play with 11 field players and a goalkeeper. That is a significant change for the girls because just one, the size of the field is much larger, but also there are additional players in the field that the girls are not typically used to seeing at the 3-4 level. So we will spend time talking about this with the girls, making sure they understand the new dynamics at this particular level. Each game consists of 2 20-minute running clock halves with a short halftime, and then there are overtime procedures if the game is tied at the end of regulation play. I've included a schematic of the field just so you can get a sense of the difference between the 3-4 field and the 5-6 field. So in the 3-4 field, you would have one restraining line, which would essentially be the 50-yard line on the field. At the 5-6 level, you actually have 2 restraining lines. And if you're not sure what a restraining line is because you aren't familiar with the game of lacrosse, be sure to ask your daughters in the first few days of practice, first few weeks, when we get into that with them, so that they understand that. I think that's everything that I have to share in terms of the start of the season. Again, if you have any questions throughout the season, please feel free to contact me. My email address is included in the newsletter that I sent out previously, but I guarantee you will be receiving many more communications from me. But if you ever have any questions or concerns, please don't hesitate to contact me, reach out in an email, or you can see me at practice. And I will make sure that your concerns or your questions are addressed. Thank you.